So good day. So welcome to our recorded lecture dito sa chapter 4 ng statics. Okay? By Andrew. So this is from the book of Andrew Peitel. So Engineering Mechanics Statics 3rd edition. Okay? So when we say, okay, ito yung lecture natin, coplanar equilibrium analysis. Kapag sinabi natin coplanar, ibig sabihin yung mga forces are in the same plane. Ibig sabihin, nag-a-act lang lahat ng forces. We assume that all the forces are acting on the same plane. Ibig sabihin, nasa 2D direction lang lahat ng forces. Okay. So, yan yung definition natin. Okay. So, this is our introduction. Okay. So, lakihan natin para mas makita. Okay. So, in the first 3 chapters of this text, okay, so, yung napag-aralan natin is proficiency in vector algebra, okay. So, within this chapter, we begin the application of vector methods to the equilibrium analysis of engineering problem. So, we introduce free body diagram, okay. So, as we go on, maintindihan natin yung ano yung free body diagram, okay? Which is perhaps the most important physical concept found in this text, okay? So, yung pinaka-importante class dito is malaman natin kung paano gawin yung free body diagram na yan, okay? So, for this present, we restrict our attention to the analysis of bodies that are held in equilibrium by coplanar force systems, okay? The subject is divided into 3 parts. Okay, the analysis of single bodies, analysis of concept bodies, okay? For this case, frames and machines, and the analysis of plane trusses. Okay, so balikan muna natin. Ano nga ba yung definition ng equilibrium? Okay, so the body is said to be in equilibrium if the resultant of the force systems that acts on the body vanishes. So equilibrium means that both the resultant force and the resultant couple are 0. So, ibig sabihin, yung equilibrium, kapag yung resultant force at any direction, so, we say, for a coplanar system, may x and y direction ka, so, yung x at saka y axis is equal to 0. At saka yung couple is equal to 0. Okay, so, the other term for couple is moment. Okay. So, when a force system acts on a body that is initially at rest, the absence of resultant means the body has no tendency to move. Okay? So, the analysis of problems of this type is the focus of statics. Dynamics is concerned with the response of bodies to force systems that are not in equilibrium. Okay. So, ito. So, we know that so, in the previous chapter, okay, so the coplanar force system, so we know that Rx is equal to summation of Vx, Ry is equal to, ito yung sa resultant ha, is to the sum of Fy, and C to R is the summation of moments. But somehow, para maging equilibrium yung body mo, dapat yung mga resultant mo, all the resultant forces and moments dapat equals to 0. So, dapat ito 0, 0, and 0. So, kaya, we come up with these equations. Okay. So, let's go to the part A, analysis of single bodies. Okay. So, ito yung pinaka-importante nating dapat tandaan. Ano yung free body diagram? Okay. So, the free body diagram is a body of sketch of which body showing all the forces that acts on it. Okay. So, the term free implies that all supports has been removed and replaced by forces. Okay. So, ibig sabihin yon yung mga body mo, okay, sa mga supports mo, i-remove mo yung place na yun, and then magre-replace ka ng forces. Okay. So, paano nga ba? Okay. So, in mastering, so the importance of mastering the free body diagram technique cannot be overemphasized. Okay. So, maybe, okay. So, ito yung mga general procedure kapag nag-construct ka ng free body diagram. Una, i-sketch mo yung body, assuming that all supports, surface of contacts, supporting cables has been removed. Okay? So, i-remove mo siya. And then, all applied forces are drawn and labeled to the sketch. The weight of the body is considered to be as apply at the center of gravity. Okay? So, sinabi niya dito, nasa chapter 8 daw. Okay? So, maybe, okay. The number 3, the support reactions are drawn and labeled on the sketch. So, if the sense of the reaction is unknown, it should be assumed. So, the solution determined the correct sense. So, the positive result indicates that assumed sense is correct. Whereas a negative result means the correct sense is opposite to the assumed sense. So, all relevant angles and dimensions are shown in the sketch. Okay. So, ito yung mga kailangan nating tandaan. Pag kuhan tayo ng free body diagram. Okay. So, pag flexible cable, okay. So, pag sinabi nating cable, okay. So, maybe ipapakita ko dito sa board. Okay. So, okay. So, makikita na, okay. So, pag sinabing cable, nandito yan. Okay. So, ito yung flexible cable natin. So, kapag flexible cable kasi, yan. So, pag sinabi natin cable, yung cable is only capable of supporting tension forces. Okay? So, ganon. So, ibig sabihin, yung tension for, yung cable mo is hindi siya pwede sa compression. Dalawa kasi yan eh, yung tension saka yung compression. So, kung yung tension is any force, okay, tension of unknown magnitude T in the direction of the cable. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung body, dapat yung force mo is dapat away. So, kapag pag ganun siya, okay, so, maybe, let's have a board example. Okay, so, kukunin ko muna tong phone ko. Okay, so, ito, ganito yon kasi. Pag sinabi nating cable, yan, tension lang siya. So, ito yung body. Okay. So, yung pag sinabi kasi nating tension force, so, it is a force acting away from the body. So, ganyan yung tension force. So, kapag, okay, so, other term is, okay, force acting away the body. So, ito yung body mo at ito yung force mo. Kaya nga, tinawag siya na tension force. Okay? Tension. So, the opposite of tension is compression. Okay? Compression is opposite of tension. So, kapag opposite of tension siya, so, ibig sabihin, yung force mo is nagko-compress. So, nagaganon. So, ito yung body mo. So, yung forces is nagaganon. So, ibig sabihin, parang iniipit. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin compression sa Tagalog is, para siyang iniipit. And then, yung tension, okay? Ang tension is hinihila. Okay? So, yung tension force, in Tagalog is yung force na parang hinihila siya away. So, ibig sabihin, parang ini-extend niya. Okay? Parang, okay? Naiisip nyo ba kapag hinihila yung something, parang parang humahaba siya. Okay? Parang nabibinat siya, parang ganito. Okay? So, yung tension force is parang ganito. Okay? So, ito yung, mo. Okay? So, parang, yan. Ito yung mouse ko. Pag hinila ko ito, nag-a-apply ako ng tension force dito sa mouse ko. So, ganyan yung tension. So, ganda niyan yung cable. You are trying. Okay? So, it is an attempt. Okay? So, yan yung tension force. It is an attempt to move the body away. Okay? So, kung sa Tagalog pa, hinihila. Okay. So, yan yung, okay. So, instead of this, ito yung support mo, ito yung reaction. So, ito na yung free body diagram mo. So, instead na ilagay mo yung support ng flexible cable mo, ito na yung mangyayari. Okay. So, ito naman. So, kapag frictionless surface, okay, actually, ito rin yung ibig sabihin eh. Okay, frictionless surface, single point of contact. So, when a body is in contact with a frictionless surface at one point, the reaction of force is perpendicular to the surface acting on the point of contact. So, ano bang ibig sabihin nun? So, okay. So, ito yung frictionless surface natin. So, yung reaction niya is perpendicular dito sa dito. So, anong ibig sabihin ng perpendicular? So, ibig sabihin ng perpendicular class is ganito, okay? So, parang nagki-create siya ng 90 degrees, okay? Nagki-create siya ng 90 degrees with the surface. So, ganyan yung ibig sabihin ng perpendicular. So, kapag ito yung surface mo, then frictionless surface siya, yung reaction niya is perpendicular to the line of action ito. So, ibig sabihin, itong force mo, itong normal force mo is perpendicular dyan sa surface. Okay? So here we say, normal, okay? So, force, okay. Okay. So, force of unknown directed normal to the surface. Okay? So, meron na tayong dalawa. Okay? So, flexible cable with negligible weight and frictionless surface. So, what about this? Okay. So, force of unknown, magnitude and normal to the surface. Okay. So, so kapag ganito yung forma mo, okay? So, this is what we call ruler or rocker. Okay? So, ito yon. Ruler support, okay? So, ito yung tinatawag na ruler support. Pag sinabi nating ruler support, okay, so other terms nito is rocker. So, pag ibig sabihin ng ruler support, same sila ng frictionless surface. Okay, yung reaction nila is perpendicular to the surface. Ganyan. So, dyan lang yung forces niya. So, ito yung surface mo, yung end mo is dapat nagki-create ng 90 degrees with the surface. So, ibig sabihin, if theta to, tapos with respect to x-axis, so yung theta mo, pag nilipat mo yung force is with respect na to the y-axis. Kasi nga, perpendicular dapat yung end mo. O pag sinabi nating n, yan yung normal force mo relative to the surface. Okay? So, we have 3 na. Okay? So, we have flexible cable, frictionless surface, and then ruler support. Okay. So, what about surface with friction? Okay. Kapag merong friction class, dalawa yan. So, ibig sabihin, kapag may friction, ibig sabihin, hindi na siya dumudulas itong body mo. Okay? Ito. So, ibig sabihin, unlike nung kay frictionless surface na perpendicular lang sa surface yung may force, dito kay surface with friction, maliban sa may end ka na, okay? So, yung kaibahan lang nila is meron ditong perpendicular lang kay frictionless surface, kay surface with friction, meron kang parallel. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, okay, surface with friction is both parallel, okay? And, okay, so, force of unknown magnitude N, normal to the surface and friction force, and unknown magnitude F parallel to the surface, okay? So, itong F parallel to the surface, itong N is normal to the surface. So, other term ng normal, okay, pag normal to the surface, other term niya is perpendicular to the surface. So, it forms, itong F at saka itong 90, dapat nag-form sila ng 90 degrees. 90 degrees yung pagitan nila. At yung F, sumasabay siya doon sa surface. Yung N is perpendicular siya doon sa surface. Okay. So, let's go. So, ito naman yung pin support. So, pag sinabi nating pin support, meron kang dalawang reaction. Okay? Regardless of your forma ng support mo. Okay? Yan. So, regardless of yung forma ng support mo. Then, may unknown force ka na R. Okay, so the other way around is pwede mo ring maglagay ka lang ng F of X o F of Y. Okay, so meron kang dalawang support dyan. Okay, regardless. So, pag pin support, dalawa. Okay. You have horizontal force and vertical force. Okay, so maybe pakita ko ulit. Okay. So, okay. So, kapag pin support, yan, dalawa lang yung forces mo. Okay, two forces. Sama, okay. So, doon sa doon sa kay ruler, okay, so this is, ano siya, isa lang siya. Okay, so ito yung ruler mo, dapat perpendicular yung force mo. Okay, so ito. So, kapag ganito yung forma ng ruler, so, ganyan din yung force mo. Okay? So, RX to. Ito, RY. Okay, depende sa mukha ng ruler. So, yung pin, dalawang forces. So, kay ruler, kung saan sumasabay siya, okay, so kapag nakatagilid siya, so yung surface niya is ganito din. So, ito yung R. So, yan yung kaibahan ng ruler tsaka nung pin. Yung ruler, isa lang yung reaction niya. Yung kay pin, dalawa. So, maliban kay ruler, pwede din to kay rocker at saka kay surfaceless, frictionless surface. Okay, so yan. Pwede to kay ruler, rocker, at kay frictionless surface. They have only one reaction. Okay, one reaction, which is a force. Okay, so dito we have kay pin two forces only or two reactions. So mainly forces lang lahat yung kay pin. Kay rocker, ruler at frictionless surface, one reaction only. Yan. So pwede din to kay surface with friction. So, kapag surface with friction siya, ganun yung surface mo, okay? So, meron kang dalawang reaction. Okay? Meron kang N, meron kang force, F. Yung N mo is normal force. Saka yung F mo is the friction force. So, ganyan nun. Okay? So, ito yung surface with friction. Yan. Yan, ruler, pin, at saka surface with friction. So, sana naintindihan nyo yung concept. Okay? Yan yung concept ng forces. Okay? So, kailangan nating malaman kung ano yung reaction niya. Nung nasa ganun is, ito yung one of the first steps na dapat malaman natin nang sa ganun is masolve natin yung equilibrium problems. Okay? So, ito yung another method. So, ito, built-in cantilever support. So, kapag ganito, pag sinabi natin cantilever, meron kang side na fixed. Okay? So, ito na side, meron kang fixed support dito na side. Ayan. Fixed yan. Okay. So, this is a fixed support. So, in a cantilever support, meron kang fixed support dyan sa gilid. So, ibig sabihin, meron kang C, meron kang RY at RX. So, instead of C, pwede natin gamiting M. So, instead of RY, we can use any forces. Pwede nating FY, saka FX. Okay? Depende yan sa'yo. So, may tatlong reaction na. So, unlike nung kay ruler, rocker, at saka frictionless surface na isa lang, kay pin at saka surface with friction na dalawa lang, Dito kay fixed or kay cantilever, tatlo na. May dalawa kang forces, may moment ka pa. So, ganyan yung fixed. Okay, so, yan. So, parang ganito. Okay? So, this is a common. Okay? So, not only in cantilever. So, meron ding iba. Okay? So, isulat ko dito sa board. Yan. Yan o. So, tatlo. So, kapag meron kang fixed support, or other term is cantilever support, okay, so, this is what we call a cantilever, also cantilever support. Okay? Ano ba yan? So, fixed support na lang. So, kasi kapag cantilever to, cantilever beam to eh. So, we can also call this as cantilever support, but this is more commonly used as fixed support. So, meron kang tatlong reactions. So, we have two forces. Yung isa is X, yung isa is Y, at saka moment. Also called as couple. And the other term here is okay, so moment or couple, yan, tatlong reactions. Fixed support, okay? So, meron kang tatlong reactions dito. So, unlike nung kay surface friction, dalawa lang. Kay pin, dalawa din. Kay ruler, rocker, at kay frictionless surface is perpendicular force lang meron, which is one reaction lang. Okay? So, yan yung kaibahan ng tatlo. Merong mga supports na isang reaction lang, ruler, rocker, and frictionless surface. May mga supports na dalawang forces lang or dalawang reactions such as pin at surface with friction, at meron kang fixed support or for cantilever support. May tatlong reactions sa dalawang forces, isa sa x direction, isa sa y direction, at moment or also called as couple. Okay. So, yan. So, yan. So, yan yung mga iba't ibang forces. Okay. So, you should keep the following points in mind when you are drawing a free body diagram. Okay. So, beneath. Okay. So, because the equilibrium equations will be derived directly from free body diagram. Then, clearly label all the forces, angles, and distances with values if known. And then, support reactions must be consistent with the information presented and show only the forces that external to the body, which includes the weight. Okay, so internal force in equal and opposite pairs and thus will not appear on free body diagrams. So, ito. So, meron tayong example dito, okay? Built-in na. So, a homogeneous 6-meter bar AB in figure A is supported in the vertical plane by rulers A and B and by cable at C. So, the mass of the bar is 50 kilograms. So, draw the force body diagram of bar AB. Determine the number of unknowns of the free body diagram. Okay, so see, this is the free body. Okay, so ito yung diagram natin, saka ito yung free body diagram. Okay, so tandaan natin ano yung mga supports. So dito, supported by vertical planes at ruler A and B by cable C. Okay, so ito. So obvious naman, meron kang cable dito. So pag sinabi kasi natin cable, yung force mo is away from the body lang. So, kaya, ganito yung forma ng free body niya. Itong T. So, meron kang T lang dyan. So, this is T. And then, so, ano tong A and B? So, sinabi dito na yung, okay, rulers. So, kapag rulers, So, kapag rulers, isa lang yung reaction. So, ito yung surface natin. So, yung isang reaction natin is nandito. Saka ito yung surface natin, dapat perpendicular din yung force dito. Kaya ito yung nangyari. Okay? So, please do not forget na may sariling timbang yung diagram natin. Okay? So, kaya ganyan. So, yung sarili niyang timbang class, okay? So, the weight is acting at the centroid. Center of gravity. Also known as centroid. Okay? Center of gravity is nasa gitna ng rod. Yung weight niya. Okay? Yung weight. So, weights acts at center of gravity or centroid. Kaya, nasa gitna. Okay? So, ito na yung free body diagram niya. Okay? Sinulat ko lang. Okay? So, meron kang NA, NB, tsaka W. Okay? So, please take note na yung weight mo, kahit tumuwad ka, kahit baliktarin mo yung sarili mo, baliktarin mo yung object, yung weight mo is laging pababa. Okay? Downward. So, kaya ganyan. So, meron kang forces dito acting horizontal and vertical. Kasi, dito na side, ito kasi yung surface of action. So, dito siya magro-roll. So, kaya perpendicular or normal doon sa plane na yun yung force. Dito din, normal yun din yung force niya. So, ganyan yung mangyayari. Okay. Okay. So, ano na natin? Ayan. Okay, so siguro hindi ko nasulatan to next time. Kasi, madumi. Okay, so yan. So, yan yung may free body diagram. So, meron kang tension dyan kasi it is parallel to your cable, and then it is acting away from the body, and then we have rulers, kaya meron kang normal force acting perpendicular to the surface, kaya meron kang NA at NB, at meron kang weight na pababa. Okay. So, since meron na tayong apat na forces, meron kang 3 unknowns. So, since 3 unknowns siya, so we can solve this problem. Okay? So, yung weight of the bar is 50, kasi 50 grams to. Sinabi naman dito na 50 kilograms siya. So, 50 kilograms times 9.81 is 491 Newton or 490.5 Newton. Okay? So, NA at normal reaction A kasi yun na nga, perpendicular. So, ito yung surface, perpendicular dapat. Sa NB, ito yung surface, inuulit ko lang para mas maintindihan nyo. So, ito yung surface. So, yung force mo nandito. Kaya ganyan. Okay? Horizontal tong nasa A, kaya vertical yung force niya. Dito, vertical yung sa B, kaya horizontal yung force, reaction niya. So, kaya ganyan. Yan yung kay ruler. Okay, so yan yung pagbuo natin ng free body diagram. So, free body diagram pa yan. So, hindi pa natin i-discuss kung paano i-solve yung problem. And then, be sure, pag nag-solve ka ng problem, okay, assuming lang, so, kailangan mong bilangin yung number of unknowns. Dito, 3. Kaya, 3 yung number of unknowns mo, dapat 3 din yung equation mo. Summation of forces X, summation of forces Y, and summation of moment is equal to 0. Okay, so yan. And then we have this problem. Okay. So the homogeneous 250 kilogram triangular plate is supported by a pin at A at ruler at C. Okay, pag sinabi nating pin, dalawang forces. Okay? So tandaan nyo yan. So kapag pin, dalawang forces. And then, supported by a pin and ruler at C. Kapag ruler naman, isang reaction lang, which is perpendicular force. Yan. Yan. So, yan. Okay, so ito yung figure natin. So, since ito yung C, so yung perpendicular force niya is dapat, ito yung surface, perpendicular. So, ganyan yung reaction niya. Dito kay A, since pin siya, dalawang reaction yan. Pataas, saka may force na ganyan, horizontal, saka vertical. Yan. So ganyan, saka ganito. Yan. So, yan yung reaction niya. And then, since may weight siya, so dapat nag-act siya sa center of gravity dito. Okay? So, remember kung saan nakalagay yung center of gravity. Makikita mo yung center of gravity at B over 3 here and H over 3 here. So, nandyan yan. So, yan. So, ito yon. Okay? Yan. So, yan yung reaction niya. Oh. So, meron kang dalawang support sa pin, isang perpendicular reaction sa ruler, at saka yung sa timbang niya sa weight. So, please remember na makikita mo sa H over 3, okay, H over 3 here, and B over 3 yung centroid kapag triangle. So, yan yung free body diagram niya. Okay, so free body diagram nito. Okay, yan. So, meron kang tatlong reactions, tatlong unknown. Kaya, pwede mo yung isolve. Ay, tatlong unknown. AX, AY, at saka NC. So, kapag ganyan, okay, so just a trivia. So, kailangan nating, in order to solve a problem regarding equilibrium equation, in coplanar system sa 2D, dapat maximum of 3 unknowns siya. Nang sa ganun is pwede natin siyang ma-solve. Okay, so let's have another example. Yan. Okay, so a rigid frame fabricated joining the 3 bars with pins B, C, and D are shown in figure A. The frame is loaded by the 1,000 pound force and 1,000 pound foot couple. So, the supports consist of pin at A and ruler at E. So, pag sinabi nating pin at A, okay, pin kasi, dalawang support. Okay? Lagi niyong tandaan yan. Kapag pin, 2 supports. Kapag ruler, isang support lang, ay isang reaction lang. Okay? Pag pin, dalawang reaction, ruler, isang reaction. Okay? Lagi niyong tatandaan yan. Kasi yun yung madalas na magiging question yun in the next subjects. Okay, so yan, isa, ay dalawa, then isa dito. Yan, dalawang force, isang force. Kasi ruler to, pin to. Kaya ganon, simple as that. Okay, so dapat vertical to. Kasi ito yung surface niya eh, ito. Yan. Ito yung line of surface niya, ito yung kaya perpendicular dun yung reaction niya. So, yan. Okay, so, let's proceed. So, ito yung free body diagram niya. Oh. Yan. Tama ako, may dalawa. And then, hindi nalimutan natin, meron daw siyang loaded with 1,000 libra force and 1,000 libra foot couple. So, may 1,000 dito, may 1,200 libra foot. Kaya, kopyahin mo lang yan. So, ito yung support reactions niya. Oh. Yung, ito. Okay? Ito yung tatlo. Isa, dalawa, tatlo. Ito, given na to. Kaya, ito na yung free body diagram mo. So, yan yung free body diagram. At tanggalin mo yung supports, then palitan mo ng forces. Yan yung concept ng free body diagram. And then, ito naman, problem 4. So, the beam ABC built into the wall A and supported by cable at C. Okay? Wall at A and supported at cable at C. So, ito yung ano niya. Wall itong A, saka yung C is cable. So, carry distributed over the length. So, the weight of the beam is 70 libra per foot. Okay. So, pounds per foot. So, ito yung free body diagram natin. So, since ito is, ano to? Cable. So, ito yung cable. So, yung force niya is parallel dun sa cable. And then, away from the body. Ito yung body natin. So, kaya yung force niya is palayo. Okay? Lumalayo si tension. Yan. Yan yung force. Kaya yan yung resulta. And then, meron kang 70. Okay? So, meron kang wall dito. So, kapag wall, just a trivia, kapag wall, ibig sabihin fixed support. Okay? So, pag sinabing wall, fixed support siya. Okay? Support. Wall kasi. Wall at A. So, kapag wall is the same siya with cantilevered or fixed support. Kasi yung wall is, we assume it as hindi siya gumalagalaw. Kaya we say it that it is a fixed support. So, meron kang AX, AY, tsaka CA. So, instead of CA, ilagay mo, pwede mong sabihin M of A. Okay? Yan yung fixed supports. Ibig sabihin ng fixed supports is permanent na sa dyan. Okay? So, wall. Okay? So, ilagay ko dito para hindi malimutan. So, pag sinabing wall, okay, fixed yan. Fixed support. So, wall is fixed support. Okay? So, yan yung one scenario natin. So, erase ko na. So, tandaan nyo pag wall, fixed support yan. Unless specified. Okay. So, yan muna yung lecture natin. Okay, so in the next, okay, so yan yung free body diagram. Okay, so sana may naintindihan kayo. So, meron tayong meron tayong additional example. So, magsosolve tayo ng problems. So, maybe I will record it in the next video. So I hope you will watch those videos that I will upload.